and this is my email address, pjgaikwad@coe.swiri.ac.in. Okay, so once again I will introduce myself. I am Pankaj Gaikwad, Assistant Professor in Computer Science and Engineering Department. I have completed my graduation as well as post graduation in the Computer Science and Engineering. I completed my MTech in completed my MTech at RIT College. I have 7 years plus experience in the teaching field. And to contact me, here is my mobile number. Same is for WhatsApp communication and my email address. I am assigned to you for your advanced programming concept syllabus. Okay. Now, to begin with the course or to begin with the learning in the respective departments, one should know what is there for you. Vision is set for your department, mission is set for your department. So if you look it here, the institute had set a mission to be nationally recognized among the best institute in India for excellence in technical education. In line with this, the department had set the vision to be nationally recognized for excellence in the education geared with the research in the field of mechanical engineering. Okay, so the institute has its own vision, and to achieve those vision, the department has set the vision for their students. Now, the institute mission to impart value-added technical education through ambience of academic excellence, research, life skill by inculcating personal touch and respect in the relationship amongst the stakeholders. Same is applicable for the department to impart the value-added technical education through promoting the research, innovation, and entrepreneurship by emphasis on the culture of respect and the social awareness amongst the stakeholders. See, these two terms, vision and missions, plays a very important role to begin with any course or like any education, right? So there is, we should set some goal, and like there is a path to reach or to achieve that goal. Now, what you should be after the graduation, that means there are 12 program outcomes, then program specific outcomes are also there. And now we are going to look for the advanced programming concept. If you have gone through the syllabus, of this subject, advanced programming concept, so in the syllabus structure, it is given like the lecture is for 1 hour per week and there are 2 practical hours. But now what we will do, see, if you go like a lecture and the practical both separately, in this during this period, pandemic or like the online learning, it will be difficult you to remember this part. Okay, so for that, what I have planned like we will take one concept here, we will discuss one concept which is having a practical aspect, and those practical aspects I will demonstrate you here on my screen, and I will give you some time for the implementation. Okay, what I have planned, instead of going separate lecture and the practical, I plan to cover both lectures, conduct the lecture concept, the theory part, as well as its practical implementation, and from your side execution in the same time, so that the concept you learn will be immediately experienced to you, how it works, how it executes. Okay, and we have total 50 marks for the internal examination. We don't have any university examination, but there is a 50 marks for internal examinations, and those marks will be based on like the programs you are performing during the lectures. हे 50 मार्क आपण कसे देणार आहोत, ज्यावेळेस मी तुम्हाला एखादा when I explain a program, I demonstrate a program here through this online mode. I will give you some time, let's say 5 or 10 minutes to implement it. After your implementation, you need to send me the screenshot of your program, right? And based on this, like the continuous execution, or you can say the continuous implementation of the program during the lectures, or you can say the session hours, I will keep on observing who is like performing well. Based on the performance from your side, these marks are allocated to you. The marks are totally in your hand. These 50 marks are there total in your hand. You just need to focus during the session, and you just need to implement, and you need to submit at that moment only. You will get these marks. Any doubt regarding this? Hello? Hello? Am I audible?
No, sir.
No doubt, sir.
Okay. Am I clearly audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thanks. Now we will move to next point about title of subject. We have then central idea of the subject, importance of the subject in the engineering. Then we have course objective, course outcome. But now to begin with the title of the subject. See, you have advanced programming concept. So I don't think there is a need to explain the advanced and the concept. Still, I'll brief it. Advanced, that means there is some existence, and you are like enhancing those the particular thing. So, like there is a basic thing, and you are enhancing those basic things. You are adding some features to the basic thing. Those part we called it as an advance. Now, can anybody tell me what is program or programming? Yes, can anybody tell me?
A set of instruction given to computer.
Okay, good. There are set of instructions for executing a particular task. Okay, those all set of instructions are called it as a program. हे set of instructions ज्यावेळेस एकत्रपणे work करतात to achieve or to execute a particular task, so we call this as a program. Now here we are going to look some advanced or some more features in the programming languages. Okay, so the name is given in general way, advanced programming concept, but if you have gone through the syllabus part, you will find we are going to learn the Python programming language. Okay, so like the central idea of the subject is talking about in the first section of the syllabus of this subject. It is there for the basic, like what is Python, why we are going to learn the Python, and the introductory part of this Python programming language. And there are certain modules, there are certain features which are added. That means you have not gone through in the previous, let's say in the C programming language or C++ programming language. So those features are going to look into the second section of this subject or the advanced programming concept. Now, the third part, importance of the subject in the engineering. So I will not talk on the engineering, but maybe the question arises in your mind, like we are from the mechanical background, and why we are looking for the Python programming language, which is there for the computer science or the information technology. Is this question come in your mind, like we are having, we are learning through the mechanical engineering. आम्ही मेकॅनिकल इंजिनिअरिंग मध्ये आहे आणि why should we learn the programming language? Yes, have you got this question any time?
What, sir?
You belongs to mechanical engineering, and if you have gone through this, this is the programming language. That means it belongs to like a computer or IT field. Then why to learn this language? Is this question come in your mind?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Mostly while teaching, while like the subject is when the subject is allocated to me, I surprised, because as of now this programming language Python, then databases, or the artificial intelligence are been here in the computer science or the information technology field. And I just wondered, now for mechanical student, how and why I should teach this programming language, Python programming language. Then I just have gone through your syllabus of from the second year, third year, and the final year. Then I will come to know there are the subject like numerical analysis. Maybe you have gone through in the past previous year. Maybe there is thermodynamics, computational fluid dynamics. Okay, so there some calculation. Then you might have the CAD CAM subject, right? In the course of your like second year, third year, and final year syllabus. If you have gone through in detail, there are some numerical examples, and those you need to solve by doing some manual calculations. And for every like if I change the input, again you need to write all those steps in a repetitive manner, long steps, right? So I found this application, use of this Python program to solve those your numerical analysis related questions, then thermodynamic related questions, computational fluid dynamic related questions, and some CAD design part. Okay, so these applications are implemented based on this Python scripting languages. Okay, so this is what you should learn this Python programming language for your betterment. Like it is not necessarily the languages belongs to only computer. It is also equally important for your syllabus, for your like upgradation of the knowledge. See, I have gone through some of the web links. Is screen visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. This is CAD Center for Skill World. Now here, if you check Python for mechanical engineer, so they have given the separate tab to understand why there is importance of Python programming language for the mechanical engineering students. I will write here. Okay, see these parts again. It covers the methods of writing automation scripts for your CAD, computer aided design. Something is the full form for this CAD, and using this Python scripts to set up, run the finite elements which you are going to learn, which you have learned during this numerical analysis. This finite element studies in the Abacus, the software applications used for both the modeling and analysis of the mechanical component and their assemblies, and visualizing the result of finite element. Also, just going through the websites, also I came to know like there is an automobile engineering discipline structure under the mechanical engineering. And now if you check the today's the advancement in the automobile, see, in the previous era, there is a four-wheeler vehicle which has only like steering, the gears, and the part. But now, no one is ready to buy these basic features. What you wish to have, like there should be the sensors for like a back side and the front side when you are going to park your car in a parking. So instead of looking at the black backside mirror, when the obstacle comes, it should raise an like alarm, it will give an intimation. The distance is very less. You may have you may stuck to the hurdle. So you are adding some automations in your this automobile industries, and very you can say this is a very growing area in the automobile industries. Now the basic models are nowhere is likely to buy by the people. What they are if I ask the question, जर मी तुम्हाला क्वेश्चन विचारला की तुम्हाला बेसिक मॉडेल आवडेल, or if I'm having a feature like autopilot drive car. Autopilot in the sense what it get the data from the sensors, like what is the distance, how is the road quality, what is the ground clearance, and then it starts running over the road. Okay, by like having different turns on different sensors. तर तुम्हाला बेसिक फीचर असलेली कार घ्यायला आवडेल की ॲडव्हान्स फीचर असलेली. And for those advanced features, the libraries and like the packages are very mostly used here in the Python programming language. So I have here one more website. Skill Link, which also has given some exploration like MATLAB, Python, thermodynamics, CFD. That is what your computational fluid dynamics. Okay. So now the question should not be coming in your mind, or you should not neglect this as a language. Okay. म्हणजे हा कॉम्प्युटरचा पार्ट आहे आणि आम्ही मेकॅनिकलनी नाही शिकला तरी चालेल. So you should not look into this way. It is more than us. It is required for you. Now in the industries, you are going to do some automation, and the for that automation related part, this Python programming is widely used in this computational world. Okay, so this has like very much importance in the syllabus, equally for the engineering as well as the mechanical engineering. Okay, now we will move to next point, course objectives. So the university had set some objectives to learn this course, advanced programming concept. The first objective is to introduce procedural and object oriented style for writing the Python script. The second, to introduce standard library packages and modules in the Python. Third, to teach debugging and profiling of Python script. Okay. Now, out of these three objectives, this I will explain you later, because you have not gone through this profiling part, neither you might have gone through this debugging. Okay. Now, can you tell me the example of procedural language? Yes, can anybody tell me the example of procedural language? Hello. C language, correct. C language is a procedural language. And can you give me the example of object-oriented language? Okay, good. Java is a object-oriented language. Have you heard about C++ language? Good. See, this in the first year of engineering, you have gone through the procedural language, that is C language. The instructions are executed one after the other. In the object-oriented, the instructions are executed based on the sequence of the object which is called in the function or called in the class. प्रोसिजरल आणि ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड मध्ये डिफरन्स काय आहे की प्रोसिजरल मध्ये स्टेप बाय स्टेप इन्स्ट्रक्शन्स एक्झिक्यूट होतात अँड व्हॉट इज देअर इन द ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड वी आर गोइंग टू क्रिएट वन ऑब्जेक्ट of class, and through this object of that class we are going to access like the variables or the execution from that particular method, right? And based on the sequence of object which is called, the program executes. It is not like as the procedural language. So here we are going to introduce the procedural and the object oriented style for writing the Python script. Now how we are going to use this, that we will look into the course of duration. Okay, आता मग हे procedural and object oriented features, how we are going to implement, it is there in our syllabus. So once we start our syllabus for the for implementing the programs, then we'll come to know how it execute, like step by step, how it get the features from the object to execute it. Okay, now the second point, to introduce standard library packages and the models in the Python. Now before this, for Python word, have you ever used this standard library in your any of the program? Standard libraries तुम्ही यूज केल्यात का प्रोग्राम मध्ये या आधी कधी?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you tell me the example which library you have used?
String.h.
Can you repeat it again?
String libraries.
Okay, good. See, maybe you are giving the example of C or C++. .h. H is nothing but a header file. See, in C programming, we call it as a header files. In this, when there is a like, you can say a package or an application. When it comes to the applications, that header files are called it as a library files. जे तुम्ही C मध्ये .h ज्या header files होतात, stdio.header file, konar.h header files, then you have used like very rightly mentioned string.h header file, right? So these are what the header files which is mentioned here in the C programming language. But now in object oriented, where you are having some framework, it called it as a library packages. Okay, as we are going to look for application, so here the word is called standard library packages. See why I'm relating you to the previous languages, because we should not feel like we are going to learn something a new very new part. It is, we have already gone through, but how the terminology changed from one applications to other application or one language to the other language, that is the difference. Okay, so you also have gone through the procedural, also have gone through this object oriented and these library packages. Now what is debug? Can anybody tell me what is debug?
No, sir.
Okay, see, I'm not expecting answers from you, like all the answers from you. It is very nice thing from your side, like you are giving the responses very obediently. See, the very basic thing is what you should answer. It may be correct or it may be wrong. It will be like, if it is correct, I will say it. If it is wrong, we will discuss what is the correct answer for it. Okay, so don't worry to giving the answer, whether it will be correct or it will be a wrong one. Okay, so okay, debug, that means examining the execution in a stepwise manner. Okay, I will make here one blank slide. Okay, now let's take, I'm going to take here the example. Let's say integer a is equal to 10. Here I'm having other variable, integer b is equal to, let's say again I'm having 10 value, and here I have one more variable as integer add. Okay, and what is the value of add? See, we know C is a case sensitive language. Due to this PPT presentation editor, the first letter is becoming the capital. So in C programming, we should know every keyword is starting with the small letters. Okay, now here I'm assigning the values add is equal to a plus b. Again it becomes capital. Okay. Okay, now here I'm going to use printf. Okay. And here I'm going to print the value of add. Is code is visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now check. I have written a very simple program. Integer a is equal to 10. This int is what? A data type. This is a variable, and this is value assigned to this variable. Okay. Similarly, for b variable, I have assigned the value 10. Here I have declared one variable that is add, but it is not initialized. See, there are two parts. One is initial declaration of the variable, and other is initialization. Declaration, that means a variable of type. Okay, variable name of type. That means if you check it here, this is the variable name. It is of type integer. म्हणजे add या variable मध्ये कुठल्या टाइपच्या व्हॅल्यू असणार आहेत? इंटिजर टाइपच्या. बरोबर. And what is initialization? If I give here some value, let's say 100 or 1000, that means I have initialized 1000 value, this number, to this variable. डिक्लेरेशन मध्ये फक्त तुम्ही व्हेरिएबल कुठल्या टाइपचा आहे ते डिक्लेअर करता. इनिशियलायझेशन मध्ये त्या व्हेरिएबलची व्हॅल्यू तुम्ही त्या व्हेरिएबलला काय करता? असाइन करता. ओके, नाउ we are going to look here for the concept of debugging, right? For that concern only we have taken this example. Now if I started execution from this line, I will come to know as C is what? A procedural language. It executes step by step. So when compiler, so before this I'm having a wide main method. Above wide main method I'm having preprocessor directive #include stdio.h header file, right? And the body of this main method, see, I'm not writing the complete syntax. I just write what we are going to look it for. Okay, this is what the body of main method. Here is some syntax for main method, and here is syntax for preprocessor directive. Now it execute this preprocessor directive, it execute this main method, it founds in a correct order, then it enters into the body of this main method. See, this open and close curly bracket, it indicates the body of main method. Now this is a part of main method. Now it comes to this line. So compiler will come to know A is holding the value 10, which is of type integer. B is holding the value again 10, which is of type integer. Now add is one variable of type integer. It goes to next line. Now here it comes add. At initially, when it goes to this place, you will not find any value for this add variable. डिबग करतो म्हणजे काय करतोय आपण, ज्यावेळेस स्टेप बाय स्टेप एक्झिक्युशन होईल त्यावेळेस आपल्याला कळत जाईल की इथे आता ऍड आहे व्हेरिएबलची व्हॅल्यू काय इथे, as it is not initialized, it don't have any value. When it goes to next line, okay, it will come to know the value of this add variable. It will take the value of a, that is 10. It will take the value of b, that is again 10. 10 plus 10, 20. Now this add variable is holding 20 value. हे ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही प्रोग्राम एक्झिक्यूट करतात, प्रोग्राम एक्झिक्यूट करताना त्यामध्ये दोन पार्ट येतात. what is those two parts? One is a complete execution and second execution through debugging. डिबगिंग मध्ये आपल्याला काय समजतं की प्रोग्राम मध्ये व्हेरिएबलची व्हॅल्यू कुठे चेंज झाली आहे किंवा कुठे चेंज होत आहे. जर तुम्हाला असं एक्झिक्युशन मध्ये जर समजत नसेल एकदम बरोबर, तर एक्झिक्युशन मध्ये जर तुम्हाला एकदम प्रोग्राम एक्झिक्यूट झाल्यानंतर जर समजलं नाही की कुठल्या व्हेरिएबलला व्हॅल्यू कधी असाइन झाली, तर त्यावेळेस तुम्हाला काय करता येतं, प्रोग्राम डिबग करता येतो. डिबग इन द सेन्स यू कॅन चेक लाईन बाय एक्झिक्युशन. ज्यावेळेस तुम्हाला आता जर तुम्ही हा प्रोग्राम एक्झिक्यूट केला तर तुम्हाला आउटपुट काय मिळेल, फक्त 20 आउटपुट मिळेल. पण ए या व्हेरिएबलला व्हॅल्यू 10 असाइन केली आहे, बी या व्हेरिएबलला व्हॅल्यू 10 असाइन केली आहे. याच्यासाठी जर ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही प्रोग्राम डिबग करणार त्यावेळेस तुम्हाला कळेल की व्हॅल्यू ए व्हेरिएबलला 10 असाइन झाली, बी व्हेरिएबलला 10 असाइन झाली, अँड add variable is having the addition of a plus b. And now when the add variable is having the addition of a plus b, that is 10 plus 10, 20, the 20 is assigned to add variable. Okay, हे जर तुम्हाला स्टेप बाय स्टेप एक्झिक्युशन बघायचं असेल तर त्या पार्टला काय म्हणतात, डिबगिंग द प्रोग्राम. Okay, profiling yet you have not seen, so we'll look when the point come. Okay. Sorry. Now the next is course outcome. What we should gain at the end of this course, that means after the completion of syllabus, we should be in position to use Python standard libraries. For that we should know what are the different libraries. Then next is write a Python script in a procedural and object oriented style. Yes, we will write during the course of this sessions or the lectures. Write a Python script to perform database, network and web related operations. Okay, so for that we need to know about the standard library files for the network and the web related operations. Debugging and profiling the Python scripts. So after the completion of syllabus, everyone will be in position like which will having these 4 different outcomes. Now there is a division in section 1 and the section 2. So total we have 6 units in the syllabus. There are total 6 units in the syllabus. 3 units are there for section 1 and 3 units are there in the section 2. So in the section 1 starts with introduction to Python and computer programming. Not only we are going to look for Python, so we will have some revision part of this computer programming. In the unit 2, like the data types, variables, basic input output operations and some basic operations operators from the Python we are going to look here in the unit number 2. In unit number 3, Boolean values, conditional executions, loops, list and list processing, logical and bitwise operators. See, all those part of the section 1 you have already gone through in the basic programming language C. C मध्ये तुम्ही डेटा टाइप्स बघितलेत, व्हेरिएबल कशाला म्हणायचे ते बघितलेत, then basic input output operations. Can you tell me what is the basic functions used in the C program for input and output? Yes, can anybody tell me?
Printf and scanf.
Correct. And what we are going to look here, that also we are going to see. Okay, printf is used for output or to display the result, and scanf is used for taking the inputs from the users, okay, to the program. Then Boolean values in the sense 0 and 1. Conditional executions, can you tell me, can you list it out? What are the different conditional loops you have learned during the course of C program?
For loop, while loop, do while loop.
Correct. For loop, while loop, do while loop. Also, you might have gone through if loop, if else, nested if else, else if ladder. Okay. Are you remembering this? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Are you remembering this? If loop, if else, nested if else.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Now this will be like very easy for you if you're remembering all those parts. Now, in the second section, it start with some like the updated, or you can say uh, advancement in this basic concept: functions, tuples, dictionaries, and data processing. Okay, I will come to you. This is a database part, tuple. Okay, I will come to you when we will start with the unit number 4. Okay, there are two, but as it comes here, see, in the database, everything is stored in a structured manner. There are some rows and there are some columns. Okay, I will show you here. Okay, for that I will go to next slide. Okay, I will use this blank slide again. Okay, no need to. See, when we say data is stored in the structure format, so always it is in the form of tables. Now table has this, we called it as a row, and this portion we called it as a column. बरोबर का? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Vertically we called it as a column, and horizontal we called it as a row. Correct. See, this part, this portion, tuples, is nothing but this horizontal part, record or row, and this vertical part we called it as a attributes. ओके, कॉलमला काय म्हणतात, ॲट्रिब्यूट्स म्हणतात, आणि रोला काय म्हणतात, टपल और रेकॉर्ड्स. ओके, so what we are going to look here in the fourth unit: functions, tuples, dictionaries, and data processing. See, in detail we will go through this part, but as this is new term and it is very similar or simple, so that I express you here. Tuple is nothing but a horizontal row from the table or a structured part. Now unit 5, we are going to look extra modules, packages, string, and the list methods and exceptions. So can anybody tell me what is exception?
No, sir.
Okay, see, exception, that means sometimes your program is not following the instruction. It is maybe because like okay, if you check, if you are working on the computer, maybe you will get some notifications in between your window is updating, right? Have you got some this in between any of the time? तर त्या पार्टला काय म्हणतात? Exceptions. It is due to of your system or it is due to some of the like the programs. म्हणजे तुमचा जो प्रोग्राम सुरू आहे तो न होता काय होतं की मधूनच दुसरा एखादा प्रोग्राम रन होतो, अँड इफ इट हॅज अ हायेस्ट प्रायोरिटी, नाउ द प्रायोरिटी इज देअर इन द ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टीम. जर सिस्टीम कडून काही एक्सेप्शन येत असेल, इट रेज द पॉपअप मेसेज, अँड विदाउट क्लोजिंग दॅट मेसेज यू कॅनॉट वर्क ऑन युअर पार्ट. म्हणजे जे काही तुम्ही करत असाल ते ती प्रोसेस काय होईल, मध्ये स्टॉप होईल आणि तुम्हाला सिस्टीम कडून जो आधी मेसेज आलाय कि window is updating or window is not responding something, so you need to first stop that process by solving those errors and then you can continue your process. तर या पार्टला काय म्हणतात, एक्सेप्शन्स. आता हे एक्सेप्शन हँडल करण्यासाठी पण देर आर सम टेक्निक्स. ओके, इन स्विच केस मध्ये तुम्ही एक यूज केलंय बघा, कुठला स्टेटमेंट, डिफॉल्ट कीवर्ड यूज केलाय तुम्ही. हा डिफॉल्ट कीवर्ड कशासाठी यूज करतात? Let's say there are choice, 1 is for addition, 2 is for subtraction, 3 is there for multiplication, 4 is there for addition, बरोबर? ह्या तुम्ही चॉईस दिल्यात. बट इफ अनफॉर्च्युनेटली the user is not a literate person, or if you have not given any message की ह्या 4 चॉईस सोडून तुम्ही कुठलीही चॉईस देऊ नका. If I when the program run and if I press 5, तर 5 प्रेस झाल्यानंतर काय होईल, सिस्टीम वर्क होईल का? नाही होणार. नाही होणार. मग त्याच्यानंतर काय केलं पाहिजे, एक मेसेज मी दिला पाहिजे की एंटर चॉईस इन बिटवीन 1 to 4, बरोबर? ते स्टेटमेंट मी कशामध्ये लिहितो, हे डिफॉल्ट कीवर्ड मध्ये लिहितो. आठवतंय का तुम्हाला? Hello.
What, sir?
Are you remembering this switch case?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay, in the switch case, see, I will write it here again. I'll write the syntax. Switch, and here is some variable. This is the body of switch. It has some case 1. Okay, this is there for a plus b. C is equal to a plus b. Okay, I will not write all detail in the print statements. Here, if you wish, you can write it here. The print statement, printf c. Here I will use c with a minus b. This is what my subtraction. Here I will print third case, that is a into b, and here I'm having the case 4, and case 4 is what, a divided by b. Okay, small. If now here what I am doing, I am assuming there would be an exception, their program will stop its working if I give the input as 0, or if I give any input which is greater than 4. If I give this input, so my program will stop its working. But instead of this, there is one mechanism used here, default. Okay, in the default, I simply write here message by using this printf function. Enter choice between 1 to 4. Okay, when I give input to system, when I execute this program, and when it asks me which operation you wish to perform, तर त्या केसमध्ये जर मी 0 किंवा मोर दॅन ग्रेटर दॅन द व्हॅल्यू ग्रेटर दॅन 4 जर इनपुट दिलं, then my program, if I have not written this line, okay, I will mark it as comment. जर मी ही लाईन लिहिलेली नसेल, then my program will goes into the continuous loop. Okay, so to avoid this, as this is what the exception, so here I am having the statement as default. So easily I come to know if anything beyond this choice, it will print the message, enter the choice between 1 to 4. Okay, so this is there in the exception. And the last unit is talking about the object oriented approach. In the object, we know instead of methods only, we are having all everything is there included in the class. Every class has the object, and class may have a single method or multiple methods. It has certain features. How we are going to handle the exception in object oriented, that also we are going to look at here. And the working with files, how we are going to store data into the files. Okay, so this is what the contents from the second section. In detail, like this way. Okay, for each chapter, what we should have the previous knowledge that I have mentioned here. Like for overall objective, I have made a smaller module. You can say for every chapter, we have set some objective and outcomes, and how we are going to assess whether you have gone through the contents or not. हे contents तुम्हाला समजलेत का नाही? त्याच्यासाठी for every chapter we have one assessment method. Okay, the contents of this chapter 1 is what is Python, types of Python, a basic program in the Python. Then I will move to next. The second unit, data types, variables, basic input and output operations, basic operators, like the simple Python program, Python literals, operator, data manipulation tools, variables, data shape boxes, how we are going to talk with computer. Okay, computer knows only. Okay, now is it audible? Hello.
Yes, sir. Audible.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thanks. Okay, just a minute. Yes, now is it audible clearly? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine, thank you. Now, in third unit, okay, I will brief it again the second part. Here. In the second unit, we are going to learn a few more programs on Python, then Python literals, different operators, variable, data shaped boxes, how to talk to computer. Now computer knows only one language, which is in the form of zeros and one. Okay. Now, apart from this, like if I written over here, the Python programming, it have don't meaning for the computers. See, what is the job of this compiler and the interpreters is to convert these letters into the zeros and ones. This Python program P is also going to be converted into the zeros and ones. Y is also going to convert it into the zeros and ones. And those zeros, the sequence of zeros and ones are only understandable for this the computer. So if we need to talk with the computer, then we should have some compiler and the interpreter, and through this this language, our language, is going to be converted to the machine understandable language, which is in the form of zeros and ones. Okay, maybe you have seen the Matrix movie. Okay, so if you have seen the Matrix movie, you will come to know like how they are reading this 0 and 1 from the computer. Okay, now let us, apart from these movies, now we have unit 3 contents. Making decision in Python, that means we need to use some conditional statements, then Python programming loops, logic and bitwise operators, list, which is nothing but a collection of data, sorting, simple list, this list, some more features, and some more features, like the statements here given as list, some more details, and list in advanced features. So overall, we are going to look the complete features of this list, which is nothing but a collection of a data in Python programming. Next unit is fourth, functional functions and the tuples, directories and data processing. So writing function in the Python programming, how functions communicated with their environment. Like now, communication with their environment, that means here you should know 2 points. One is local variable and other is global variable. Okay, if you remember this part, local, that means it is declared inside the function. Global, that means it is the variable is declared outside the function. Okay, in detail we will go with when the point come in the regular session. Returning a result from the function, that means display the result, and the scopes in Python as like local and global variables, the tuples and the dictionaries. So this this chapter, this unit is mainly focused on the handling the data. Okay, now the next unit, modules, packages, string and list, methods, exceptions. So these are not the content, this is what the heading of our unit. Remember, the contents are here. All those things we need to use here in the modules. Some of the useful modules, what is the package, what is error, and how to resolve those errors, the anatomy for the exception, some of the most useful exception, characters and the string versus computers, Python nature of string, string methods, string in action. Here we need to execute 4 simple programs, but we will execute more than this when we go through the sections. And the last, I will read the contents. The basic concept of object-oriented programming, a short journey from procedural to object approach. Then what are the properties of object-oriented programming? What is methods, inheritance, exception once again, the generators and the closures, processing files, working with real files. Okay, so these are the contents from the unit number 6. there are some e-resources. Okay, I will share you this slide. From that, if you copy and if you paste it in a browser, so you can download this the links, the study material from those links. Okay, so for Python 2.16, these are what the different versions: 2.7, 3.7, right? And this is what the textbook, programming in Python 3. This is the latest version of the Python of second edition, Mark Summerfield. Okay, and it had some reference books for your references. Like if you should not be depend on only on the textbook, not only here on the reference books. There are certain links like W3 School, where you can find everything related to Python. Okay, a web link, W3 School. Okay, I will write it here. W3. Okay, this way, W3 School. If you type it over a Google, and like if you search, you will get a different programming language. It has a database of all the programming language. All that means most of the programming language: C, C++, Java, Python, .NET. Okay, Visual Basic. So for our course Python, we should be focused on the Python. Okay. So this is for the today's session.